Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we continue with the reference materials. I don't think we have too much left to cover. Yeah, so a few more entries and then we'll be on to the next section, which is going to be Sam's. So UH-60. UH-60 title Sikorsky S-78. U.S. Army designations UH-60A, UH-60L, and UH-60Q Blackhawk, AH-60L, EH-60A, MH-60A, MH-60K, and MH-60L. U.S. Air Force designations UH-60A, HH-60G, MH-60G Pavehawk. U.S. Marine Corps designations VH-60N. Israel Defense Force name Yanchuf or Owl. Type Infantry Squad Transport Helicopter, also adapted for other roles. Program UH-60A declared winner of U.S. Army Utility Tactical Transport Competition against Bowling Vertal YUH-61A, 23rd of December 1976. First flight of the first of three YUH-60A competitive prototypes, 17th of October 1974. Early development history recorded in 1982 to 1983 and earlier Janes. 2000 H-60 delivered May 1994 for retrofitted improvements, see UH-60L below. Design features represented new generation in technology for performance, survivability, and ease of operation when introduced to replace UH-1 as U.S. Army's main squad carrying helicopter. Adapted to a wide variety of other roles, including several maritime applications. 4-blade main rotor, one-piece forged titanium rotor head with elastomeric blade retention bearings, providing all movement and requiring no lubrication. Hydraulic drag dampers, what is that? Bifiller self-tuning vibration absorber above head. Blades have 18-degree twist and tips swept at 20 degrees. Thickness and camber vary over length of blades based on Sikorsky SC-1095 aerofoil. Blades tolerant up to 23mm hits and spar tubes pressurized with gauges to indicate loss of pressure following structural degradation. 2 pairs of tail rotor blades fastened in crossbeam arrangement mounted to starboard. Tail rotor pylon tilted to port to produce lift as well as anti-torque thrust and to extend permissible CG range. Fixed fin large enough to allow controlled run-on landing following loss of tail rotor. Landing gear, non-retractable tail wheel type with single wheel on each unit. Energy absorbing main gear with a tail wheel which gives protection for the tail rotor in taxiing over rough terrain or during a high flare landing. Axle assembly and main gear oleo shock absorbers by General Mechatronics. Main wheel tires size 26 by 10-11, pressure 8.96 to 9.65 bars, or 130 to 140 pounds per square inch. Tail wheel tire size 15 by 6-6, pressure 6.21 to 6.55 bars, or 90 to 95 pounds per square inch. Alaskan-based H-60s have airglass engineering ski undercarriage. Power plant, 2 1,210 kilowatt or 1,622 shaft horsepower intermediate rating General Electric T700 GE700 turbo shafts initially. From late 1989, with the introduction of the UH-60L, 2 T700 GE701C engines, each developing intermediate 1,342 kilowatts or 1,800 shaft horsepower. T700 GE701A engines with maximum takeoff rating of 1,285 kilowatts or 1,723 shaft horsepower optional in export models. Transmission rating 2,109 kilowatts or 2,828 shaft horsepower in UH-60A. Upgraded to 2,535 kilowatts or 3,400 shaft horsepower in models with T700 GE701C engines. 2 crash-worthy bulletproof fuel cells with combined usable capacity of 1,361 liters or 360 US gallons, or 299.5 imperial gallons aft of cabin. Avionics. Configurations vary between aircraft, particularly on HH/MH-60G versions. Additional avionics and self-protection equipment installed in enhanced Blackhawk as described under current versions. Comms, E-Systems ANARC-186 VHF FM radio, GTE Sylvania ANARC-115 VHF AM radio, Magnavox ANARC-164 UHF AM radio, Collins ANARC-186V VHF AM FM radio, Bendix King ANAPX-100 IFF transponder, Magnavox TSEC/KT28 voice security set and intercom. HH-MH-60G has ANURC-108 SATCOM. Radar. MH-60K has Texas Instruments ANAPQ-147H rainfalling terrain avoidance radar. HH-MH-60G has Bendix King AN-APN-239 or RDR-1400C radar. AH-60L and some export S-70s also equipped with radar. Flight Hamilton Standard ASCS with digital 3-axis autopilot. Bendix King AN-ARN-123V1 BOR marker beacon glide slope receiver. Emerson AN-ARN-8980F. Honeywell Plessey Electronic Systems AN-ASN-128 Doppler. AN-ASN-43 gyro compass. Honeywell AN-APN-209V2 radar altimeter. HH-MH-60G has GEC Marconi AN-ASN-137 Doppler. Rockwell Collins AN-ASN-149 GPS and Litton Ring Laser Gyro INS replacing Carousel 4. Instrumentation. HH-MH-60G has Teldex KG10 map display. Mission. HH-MH-60G has Hughes AN-AAQ-16 FLIR. Self-defense. Baseline UH-60 Blackhawk has E-Systems, Melpar, Memcor, AN-APR-39V1 RWR, Sanders AN-ALQ-144 IR countermeasure set, and Trackor M130 chaff flare dispenser. MH-60K has Honeywell AN-AAR-47 missile warning system, Northrop Grumman AN-ALQ-136 pulse radio frequency jammer, Northrop Grumman AN-ALQ-162 CW radio jammer, E-Systems AN-APR-39A and AN-APR-44 pulse CW warning receivers, Herkin-Elmar AN-AVR-2 laser detector, Trackor M130 chaff flare dispenser, and Sanders AN-ALQ-144 IR countermeasure set. HH and MH-60G has chaff flare dispenser, Trackor M130 being replaced by AN-ALE-40, but AN-ALE-47 in the fall, and Sanders AN-ALG-144 IR countermeasure set. Equipment. HH and MH-60G have Lucas Western internal rescue hoists with 76 meter or 250 feet of cable. Armament. New production UH-60As and Ls from CN. Construction number, serial number. Trying to think what C would be. Chassis number, maybe? Anyways, from number 431 onward, incorporate hardpoints for an external stores support system, or ESSS. This consists of a combination of fixed provisions built into the airframe and 4 removable external pylons from which fuel tanks and a variety of weapons can be suspended. Able to carry more than 2,268 kilograms or 5,000 pounds on each side of the helicopter, the ESSS can accommodate 2 870-liter or 230 US gallon or 191.5 imperial gallon fuel tanks outboard, and 2 1,703-liter or 450 US gallon or 375 imperial gallon tanks inboard. This allows the UH-60A to self-deploy 1,200 nautical miles or 2,222 kilometers or 1,381 miles without refueling. The ESSS also enables the Blackhawk to carry Hellfire laser-guided anti-armor missiles, gun, or M56 mine-dispensing pods, ECM packs, rockets, and motorcycles. Up to 16 Hellfires can be carried externally on the ESSS, with another 16 in the cabin to provide the capability to land and reload. Laser designation provided by Bell OH-58 helicopter or ground troops. 2 pintle mounts in cabin, adjacent forward cabin windows on each side, can each accommodate a half-inch caliber General Electric GECAL 50 or 7.62 millimeter 6-barrel minigun. Dimensions: external main rotor diameter 16.36 meters or 53 feet 8 inches. Main rotor blade chord 0.53 meters or 1 foot 8 3/4 inches. Tail rotor diameter 3.35 meters or 11 feet 0 inches. Length overall rotors turning 19.76 meters or 64 feet 10 inches. Rotors and tail pylon folded 12.6 meters or 41 feet 4 inches. Weights and loadings: weight empty UH-60A 5,118 kilograms or 11,284 pounds. UH-60L 5,215. Wow, I can't read today. 5,216 kilograms or 11,500 pounds. Payload internal UH-60A and L 1,197 kilograms or 2,640 pounds. Underslung UH-60A and L 3,629 kilograms or 8,000 pounds. Mission takeoff weight UH-60A 7,484 kilograms or 16,500 pounds. UH-60L 7,711 kilograms or 17,000 pounds. HH-60G 8,119 kilograms or 17,900 pounds. MH-60K 11,113 kilograms or 24,500 pounds. Max alternative takeoff weight UH-60A 9,185 kilograms or 20,250 pounds. UH-60L 10,659 kilograms or 23,500 pounds. Performance: UH-60A at mission takeoff weight, except where indicated. Max level speed at sea level 160 knots or 296 kilometers per hour or 184 miles per hour. Max level speed at max takeoff weight 158 knots or 293 kilometers per hour or 182 miles per hour. Max cruising speed UH-60A 139 knots or 257 kilometers per hour or 160 miles per hour. UH-60L 150 knots or 278 kilometers per hour or 173 miles per hour. Length 19.76 meters, height 5.13 meters, wingspan 16.36 meters. Max level speed 160 knots. Max range 319 nautical miles. Service ceiling 5,790 meters. Hovering ceiling 2,895 meters. Here in the photo album, we can see here's a Blackhawk on the ground. Another in flight. Notice the looks like they got like a searchlight mounted on the side. So that might be one of the HH-60 models, which I believe are like the Jayhawk or Rescue Hawk, something like that. I believe the HH models are mostly used by Air Force recovery teams for like pilot search and rescue and by the Coast Guard. And then here, this looks like a medevac version. There's outboard fuel tanks, and then they got the Red Cross on it to show that they're medevac. And 3D view here, we can see it's painted in a generic green, which is surprising because I don't think I've ever seen a green Blackhawk, really. They've always been, well, black. So I don't know what the rationale was behind this. I mean, I've probably seen some in, like a form of decorative camo, but nothing just like this, all green like this. So I question what the dealio is with that, but we can see it's pretty detailed. Looks like it draws from the Seahawk. Is this just a recolor of the Seahawk model? That might be why, because I notice it's got a radar under here, which if we go to the photo album, you'll notice none of these have that radar because that's a surface search radar. Oops. So I think what they did is they just recolored the Seahawk model here. Although again, why they did green instead of black, I don't know, but interesting. All right, well, that will conclude this episode. So with that, thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next time and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.